Hello everybody and welcome back to more Snowrunner. Today we're going to carry on with the super order. We need to deliver to the log station 1 fuel, 1 consumables and 1 concrete block, which we've got on this truck right here ready to go. Then we need to deliver, I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done today, vehicle spare parts and fuel, which I now have all set and ready to go to Endurance, with Endurance. That needs to go through to Black River, a house in there, which I don't know which house it is, but it'll tell us when we start it. And that leaves us with the last bit of 1 metal beam and 1 concrete slab. So that takes up a 4-hitter, a 4-size trailer, to the port where we got the big trailer from on Drummond Island. Now the plan for that is, again, I'm going to go and do that with Endurance, come back, bring Endurance, drop the trailer she's actually got right now, right there. Depending on fuel her up again. I have a trailer with a 4-slot right there, pick that up on the way, pick up the concrete slabs, do the whole windy, bridgy road thing, pick up the metal beams, and then drive through to Drummond Island, do that, and that should complete the super order. Grant us a bit more money and quite a lot of credit. So then that would leave us with cement for the region, which I'm going to, my plan was to get 6 cement, 2, 4, 6, 8 cement, maybe by just going back and forth either in a time lapse or off camera to bring the whole 8 cement, even using the crane. I could bring the crane around and just unload the 8 cement onto the side of the road and then just go around doing them. And then 2 oversized cargo. Is this where we get oversized cargo? To the warehouse. Well, I still don't know where we get oversized cargo from. What does it say? Cargo from the ship. So I'm guessing it's from the harbour. Can I start tracking that? So it's saying Drummond Island. What does it tell me where we get the oversized cargo from? I may have to Google that. Where is oversized cargo? Is it Lake Island? I don't see anywhere. I don't see where. I'll see where we get. Anyway, that's not the point. We'll not go that far today. We need to carry on with super order and get this big long truck moving. My plan is to big long windy road all the way down through all the mud across here into Lake Island and around there. Sounds easy. We should have fuel in there to fuel up. And hopefully that'll be enough fuel to take us across to Lake Island. So I don't know if you've seen me drive this one before. It was a pleasure, in all honesty, to drive this truck. I remember bad moving it. I bought it some decent wheels the first time I used it, but it was actually a real nice drive. It's got plenty of power. It is a bit long and cumbersome, but it never was 100% of a problem. As long as you take your time. It seems pretty stable. Doing what it does. It sounds pretty loud. I'm hoping you can hear me. Especially if I get in cab. Bring my mic a bit closer. I think my sound sorted itself out. I bought a brand new Audio Technica headset. And it's been a lot more stable. Sometimes I catch myself shouting and it's a bit loud. But it's a lot better than the other. Oh, come on, I know better than that. It's a lot better than the other one. We've got a lot of mud to get through. going through the swamp. You know, I bought some tyres. They're not mud tyres. I think they're off-road tyres, are they? But it's the best ones I could buy. And as you can tell, it's just like a nice little cruisy drive. Now we are on tarmac, of course. Remember the divot? You know what time it is. Screenshot time. But I must admit, I'm taking all these nice looking screenshots, and I'm a long way behind the regular page. People who have played this game from the moment it came out. I played it when it first came out, but there's people who's carried on playing it right the way through. And I think they're on the 3-year DLC now, and there's been loads of DLCs and there's loads of added maps. So I'm posting up these screenshots saying they look good, but they're actually, they're kind of out of date. Because there's a lot more newer, flashy trucks out there, and you know, there's the latest and greatest. And I think there's another season 11 coming out now, you know, and that'll bring a few more trucks out. So I think everybody who's looking up Snowrunner online are kind of looking for the latest and greatest. But I drive a truck for a living. You know, you got to do what you got to do. A lot of players don't play hard mode because it's too hard. Funny enough, only the hardcore players play hard mode. I think it takes a bit of maturity to play hard mode. Sometimes I've only just got the right amount of maturity. But like I said, I like to play permadeath games with permadeath and big penalties for dying. I think some games can be too easy. Even Red Dead Redemption, the way you died, and I found it a bit too easy to... I played Red Dead Redemption on permadeath by myself, where if I died, I would delete my save. And it added a whole new dimension to it. I'm on my second one now. I played it first time and I died, fell down the cliff. And I'm on my second one. I must know I've not played it in a while. But it's good fun to get out there and really test yourself against big consequences. And big sticks. Get out there in the real world and test yourself against computer simulated sticks and rocks. That's what life's all about. Getting out in the real world and playing computer games. Like I've said before, I find myself rushing home from work, driving a real truck to come and play a truck game because it's realistic. It kind of still makes me laugh. Thinking about that. Now I think the episodes are going to be a fewer and far between as I learn to mature into hard mode. And I'm going to have to take my time in hard mode, and I can't rush off and try and put out an hour video every day, because that's a lot of work, especially when you start messing things up. I think at first when everything was going well it wasn't too bad. But when you start messing things up and you have to spend 20 minutes taking a crane to where you need to be and another 20 minutes putting it right, and you know, you can make one mistake and it costs you an hour. And you do need a break then. And you feel, oh, I feel like just coming back tomorrow and picking it up. But then you look and you've only done 20 minutes recording. So that's when you start thinking about patching bits together. And, you know, making videos out of a few days worth of gameplay. Because you can play this for 3 hours and do one job, and it's a lot of work. Not going to risk that. And I was looking at treating myself to a new steering wheel. This steering wheel is very out of date. It cost me £100 back. How old is this steering wheel? This steering wheel could be at least 12 years old. I don't know if that's about right. It's a long way old, and there's a lot of new modern technology out there. But for what it does, I mean, the force feedback, it gives me a tussle. I have to turn it down sometimes. Well, I turned it down to start off with, knowing I was going to be playing a while, because it gets hard work. So unless a really good deal comes out or something, I'm probably just going to stick with this while it's up and working. I've heard people have trouble getting wheels to work. I'll have to buy another gear shifter, and of course everything has gone up in price. You know, you can top end, you can spend £2,000-3,000 on steering wheel rigs. And getting into it on the bottom end for a half decent one is about 350, and that doesn't come with a gear stick, you know. So and there's no real actual trucking ones. I mean, you might be able to buy a trucking steering wheel. SciTech do one, which is like a heavy duty, but that doesn't even have force feedback. But here we are, so I'm going to grab some fuel, and this is going to be the first test going down here. Because don't forget, this thing is long. It's a long wheelbase, and going over sharp hill like that could be a yay or a nay. So I want to refuel. No, I don't want to go over to the guy, I want to refuel. So we're full of juice, and we're going to have to get a nice angle. That went okay, that went okay. I'm beginning to wonder if this might be a good truck for the quarry, as it can pick up 4. We're going to need a lot of cement out of there. It can pick up 4 at a time, and it seems rather solid, such wood, as in stable left to right. I don't know if you noticed right now, you know, it's kind of cruising along and doing well. I'm beginning to wonder why I doubted it on my first gameplay, but I'm pretty sure you could only have... I'm sure you could only have certain tyres, or I could have only walked to certain tyres. Well, I suppose this is its real first test with cargo on uneven terrain. I mean, I took it before, but it was all kind of tarmac. Let's get some stability going. I must admit, it feels like the controls. It's got like a nice throttle response. You can edge it round corners and stuff. I'm beginning to like this truck. I'm beginning to like it. But you know, I've not done much with it. Plus, it looks really cool in all honesty. Some crazy looking truck. You saw that driving down the road, you'd be like, wow, what is that? I went and looked up at some point what it would look like. Like in real life. I thought that's not a real kind of truck, but lo and behold, it sort of is. Now I'm going to leave the diff lock on and just see. No, actually at first I'm going to try it in automatic and see how far we get. Not very. And that's the diff lock engaged. This might be a while, but I just want to see if it keeps going, which it is doing. Seems to be pulling its weight. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. Let you listen to the ASMR sounds of a big engine at work. So I'm liking this, it's a slow mover. I say that about lots of trucks I suppose until I took them over, but... No, I must admit I've not bad moved any of my trucks yet. Even the one that kept tipping over. We may stay away from using that with a trailer in the future. But I'm going to mention again, there are other players who go to other maps and pick up trucks. Now I watched a quick highlight of a guy who says he took his Scout and just went and got a few trucks like straight away. Now there's people who say on this Russian map there's a really, really good truck. It's the only truck you'll ever need. And you just need to go onto this Russian map, repair it, and then it's yours. But that's on normal mode, and if you put it on hard, I'd have to go over there, which is going to cost me 3,000 to move a truck. I'd probably take endurance. Now when I'm over there I'd have to buy a repair trailer, which is probably another 6,000, so you're looking at 9,000. I'd go over there, fix the truck and get it, but then I'd have to pull it back with endurance and then ship them both back to probably Alaska, because there's no real point bringing them to this map at the moment. So there's another 3,000 each. So that's like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're looking at like a 15 grand total outlay. But they do say it's a really good truck. And there's, you know, it's the Virgin on its endurance style. And would you pay 15 grand for endurance, another endurance? Then you probably would. So that's an option. Now one of my mates at work, he plays it a lot. He plays on Xbox, and we're on about. He's a bit further on than me. He on normal mode. We're on about playing a bit together, and he said he's 100% completed. He's 100% completed Alaska, and he's 100% completed Tamar just about. So we can have. I might use him to help me go and steal some trucks from some other maps. Use his knowledge and experience if we play it together. He's just waiting on his headset in the post. Now this is the tough bit, this is the worst bit of the bog, but you think about it, it's been slow, it's been steady, it's been stable. I may test it out in the quarry to see if it's the one to turn the corners is the only one. And at the moment this truck isn't eating too much juice. I mean that's about a quarter of a tank, you know, and it's been full power non-stop for a bit through there. So that's the first part of the journey done, and it did well through the bog. I'm happy with that. Through the bog it did good. But I think we need to go, where do we go? We're taking this to the log station. So we've got option 1 of, oh my god, we've got an option 1 of going over the dreaded ramps. We've got option 2 of just going the long way around. We're option 3 going through that bog, which I'm not going to do. I think I'm going to go for it. No, I'm joking. I'm going to go the long way around, hook the corner, hook that corner, and drop that off there. Now, was there something? Metal beams and concrete slab. Now we had that lined up, it's just that what comes out of this warehouse? This is a metal beam, but that's concrete block and that's slab in it. Yeah, so we've got nothing over here once we're over here. Because at the end of it, you think once we've done all the missions, I can't just recover all the trucks because it'd end up costing me thousands. So at the real end of the map, I'm going to have to just get all my trucks and drive them all back to a garage as well. But that might, once you complete the map, you know, it might feel a bit liberating. But I'm going to fuel up, come with a long way around, and head down there. So I'm turning down here, I'm turning down here, and then I am turning down here. And then that might be it for today, just to break it up a bit. But we've not got there yet. And what I'm learning now is, say if everything went wrong, you know, and the unspeakable happened, then, you know, I'd have to get my crane, drive all the way across, and now I'm half used to that mentally. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've never had this truck down this path. So this is new, so of course what you do, you gun it, and you floor it, and you keep going non-stop, over the twigs and over the rocks of death. Wobbly, left and right wobble. I'm going to go to diff lock. I'm going to leave it engaged just for some stability. But if you compare this to the red truck that was rocking and bopping and all the time, it seems a lot stable. But we're going to find out with this bit, you know. You know, that's going alright. I think if you messed it up and you did it wrong, you could take it over there. But we'll have to see. And it has got power, it's pushing. And here's the scene of a previous accident, which I must admit now is all cleaned up and done. You know, I kept me cool. I've not recovered one truck yet, actually, via the recovery option. Everything I've tipped over, I've manually come. I've reset one mission, which, thinking about it, I probably didn't need to. But, you know, I think I'm going to cut myself some slack here and there. It's incredibly stable. You look at this thing, it doesn't rock or bop at all. I think we needed a 5 carrier, didn't we, and not a 4 carrier. No, do we need a 4 anyway? But again, them things seemed a lot more top heavy than what we're carrying here. Dare I say it, this is pretty pleasant. Nice weather, not raining, nice truck. What can go wrong? Hitch bridge. Hitch bridge sinks crane. Rage quits. Sinks recovery crane and then rage quits. The engine stops working, that could happen. Another perfectly placed fuel trailer there, might I say. That guy's fixed his fence from the other episode, look. Well, remember us, mates? Yep. And we're down here, we go. We're down here. This looks like a bit of a turn. Yeah, it ain't too bad. It weren't too bad. That was the right turn, wasn't it? Yeah, follow it straight down to there. I think some of the littler jobs like that, you know, you skip over now, we're earning, you know, for this we get 34,000. I think I've organised it really well, this job. I still don't see the point in buying any trucks though, just yet. I was having a look last time, I think I was getting a bit frustrated at the yellow one. But money is scarce, and I know fuel is going to be an issue at points. Parking my previous trailer well out the way there. Good planning. Where are we taking this? Around there. I'm going to go to the right. I'm not really needed the diff lock. The tyres have been good enough so far for what we need. I think this with mud tyres would be a pretty big monster. We're going to make that, but not going to make that turn. So for today, I think let me just actually get rid of the cargo. I'll deliver it before I start saying things. 1, 2, and 3. So that's that stage complete. Now let me just go and see. So we've got endurance with the things, but we need to deliver to the old house. Wow. So that's going to be a good one for next time. I've got to come round here and then take endurance up and around here with a trailer. Should be really interesting. Really, really interesting, that. Really, really interesting. Really, 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 really interesting. But we'll see. That will be fun. I'll leave you on suspense. But for today, well, we've got to do that, and then we've got to take it back and do the other mission. But we'll sort that out later on. But as for today, I'll leave it here. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.